Blaze, you had a
Yeah, I know
lot
about
to
it.
say about Ice Cube offering Caitlin Clark $5 million for the big three.
Actually, I have nothing to say about it because I've never seen Caitlin Clark play basketball because I don't watch women's
Really?
basketball. But
I mean,
here's
you
my.
didn't say you had stuff to say.
But I heard it when I heard it this morning. The business aspect of it is huge. I'm just being real. The business aspect is huge. That $5 million, because Ice Cube was on Pat McAfee today, so they were talking about it a little bit. And would she be able to play both? She can help the WNBA more with her name recognition and how popular she is right now, is what they were saying.
Yeah.
She could definitely take WNBA to a next level. Will it make a big difference with the big three? I don't know, but $5 million is more than the WNBA is going to pay her. That's for sure.
That's exactly what Coach said.
But the other thing you got to think about, which they talked about too, is, and Ice Cube, he did his homework. He's already looked at the schedule. There's only one game where there's a conflict with who's the number one pick in the WNBA draft.
Indiana right now. I think it's Indiana.
Indiana. So they already compared the big threes because they only play on Saturdays. There's one game where she would have to make a decision. But where my problem is, a lot of people would think it was just a publicity stunt, number one. Number two, why not get the money? Get the bag if you can get it. Number three, what happens if she gets hurt in a big three game? Because there's tractor trailer, big baby. There's some big dudes playing in the big three. And that competitive nature doesn't care if you're a woman or a man. Their competitive nature is out to make that basket. So if little Caitlin Clark finds herself in the paint against some big three players that don't give two shits about who Caitlin Clark is, she might not end up being able to play in the WNBA. So my take on it, she needs to make a decision. Does she want to be a publicity stunt and risk and make the extra $5, or tough it out? Play with the WNBA, make a name for yourself, earn it in the long run. She'll get it with promotion.
Here's the thing, though, because I said it earlier. Yeah, is it a publicity stunt? Are they just doing that because she will draw? She would draw either way. She's going to draw. But like you said, Blaze, $5 million, because the top salary in the WNBA is like $270,000.
Even if they give her half of that.
To $5 million. Yeah. So it's like, do you sit down and say, even if she says, I'll go play there for 3 years, that's $15 million. Most women in the WNBA have to go overseas to make any type of money. And usually it's $1 million, maybe $2 million overseas. And now with the new rules with the WNBA, you have to be back before the certain point in training camp to be eligible for the whole season. So now women have to decide, do they want to stay overseas and, the contract. So it's a little bit trickier. But if she's playing with the big three, and now can she go out there and play with the men? That's going to be the other question on a consistent basis, because, she could shoot her ass off, but on the defensive end, I don't care if a guy is 6'2", if he's stronger than her, I'm going to take her down low, and I'm going to back her down and just go up over the top of her.
That's what they said about her too. What if she goes out the first 3 games of the big three, scores 2 points, 0 points, 0 points, 0 points?
It'll hurt her appeal.
It'll hurt her appeal. And then what if she, like Coach says, does make a decision, says, I'm going to go play big three for 2 years, get $10 million. And the first year she gets hurt, or the first year she can't score a bucket at all. Even if the other side of the coin where she scores 20 a game, does that do anything more for her? Does stuff for the big three, because people are going to go watch.
Yeah,
if she can score in the big three,
men is what they'll say.
Yes, no, that would help her more than anything if she's able to score and play with the guy.
It's risk reward though.
But
it's
the risk worth the
reward.
Now,
but I hate these
injuries. But
in terms of the WNBA though, if she goes over there, she's going to make her money. Maybe not $5 million a pop, but with endorsements, she's going to make money. So,
local commercials,
she'll be the face of the WNBA year one.
Year one,
one of the faces. They're going to put her on everything that rookie year. They're going to put her face on everything.
She's not going to take Aja Wilson right now. She's not going to take Aja Wilson or even Sabrina.
If I'm boxing the next box of cards for next year, Caitlin Clark's going on the fucking cover for that year. It's her rookie.
I understand.
That first year, it's going to be all about her rookie year. There's still 4 or 5, 6
marketing
other big superstars, but her name is right up with the top people right off the bat.
Yes, so
because of her draw,
and that's the thing. The publicity stunt things, I think, that will work is, her going up against Steph in the 3-point shooting context.
Yes.
Those things like
Think
that.
about it. Who won the big three last year? Does anybody even know?
No.
What are the names
did
of
they
the
play
teams?
last year?
What are the names of the teams in the big three? Does anyone even
I
know?
don't think they.
That's it. That's all I know.
I don't think
The
they played
last time I
last year.
watched is when Allen Iverson played.
I wouldn't say this, but a lot of people would say she's just being greedy if she goes to the big three. Which, I agree, get the money. But I'm just saying what people in general would say.
I mean, you're right, Blaze.
I would not say that, but
and that's the thing that irks me. Just like I was talking about the players, the independent contractors. She's an independent contractor. She's starting her career. Hello, if you could start out your career getting $5 million even one time.
Yeah.
I mean, and then go to the WNBA after that. Okay.
But the big three, I'm not going to put it on a competitive level with G League or NBA or WNBA. It's more of a showcase of players that you used to see. They're playing the best they can at older ages, or guys that only made it in a couple years in the league, or have an injury that prevents them from running up and down a court the whole time. Their competitive nature's still there, but I'm not saying it's all the way like a Globetrotter show, but it's more of a performance show to see these famous people and have these guys, because they're not getting paid. She'll be the highest paid player in the big three.
They got 9 teams. I guess they have 9 teams.
Yeah. So, it would definitely give more people would know. Like if I asked you this question next year after Caitlin Clark played in the big three, we'd probably know what the teams were.
Yeah.
That's the type of appeal I'm talking about she would bring.
True.
People would know more about the big three just because arguably one of the greatest college basketball players of all time is now playing there, man or woman.